Hello again, internet friends, and welcome to another episode of Because Why? Last week, my Sigfram fam, Catherine, asked me, why do dogs bark at strangers when they're outside, but not when they are inside? So Catherine, I know the dog life is a new life for you, but let me just start by saying that dogs bark for literally whatever reason they feel like it. My old dog Guinness, rest in peace, big man, for instance, was the kind of dog that he would either be barking because he was playing with you, he would bark because you were a new person at the door, or if no one was home and if you were a dude. PSA note to any guy friend I had in high school who was tasked with house sitting for us.
Sorry about that.
But Guinness was also the kind of dog that pretty much as soon as he saw that any of us came to the door and welcomed that person to come inside, he would immediately chill out. He pretty much would base how he needed to react on how we were reacting. If it was a traveling salesman who was coming up and all of us were kind of like,
I'm sorry, I actually learned about Jehovah last week.
then he would absolutely flip out, and he would continue to flip out. But if it were someone that we actually knew and invited over, then he would usually go something like,
Hey, who the heck? Oh, I guess you were invited. Oh, hi, so good to see you.
So now, having done some actual research, it seems like what Obi is doing is kind of a cocktail of 3 different possibilities. So first, since you guys adopted him, is that you just don't know if someone who was a stranger when he was on a walk once messed with him or not. Number 2, and this one I thought was really interesting, but I never really thought about myself, is that he is actually probably trying to warn you that there's a stranger in your midst. So it's kind of like his way of tugging on your pant leg, being like,
Hey, there's a person we don't know. Hey, right, you saw that? You saw them?
but obviously much louder than that. And number 3 is that he could be a little territorial. And since you're outside of your actual home where he knows where the boundaries are, he's kind of making up his own and you're kind of part of that territory. So this wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't suggest a way to possibly fix this problem. The first is that you teach him the command quiet, which you can either do by just repeating it over and over when he starts barking, or you can actually hold his muzzle and say quiet, and then do that enough times when he starts barking when you don't want him to, that he will learn just from you saying quiet that it is time to stop. The second of which is more like a distraction and kind of Pavlov technique thrown into one, which is that on walks, you bring with you some like chicken, cheese, whatever is his little snack that you can easily feed him while you're walking, so that when you start to see a stranger and before he starts barking, you start feeding him. So that way he starts to associate strangers with good feelings, foods he likes, and then hopefully he'll stop barking. So now, my question for you, Catherine, is, in your opinion, is Catwoman a good guy or a bad guy? See you some other time on the internet. Bye!